Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 16w40a and in this one there's quite a few tweaks and changes, bug fixes that you'll want to know about. But we start off with a major bug fix, a really big deal, and I'm a little bit fearful that there is going to be a bit of a freak out and a hate train against Mojang. Please do not do anything like that. Listen to what I have to say, because the translocator bug has finally been fixed, which means we can't be zipped through pistons, which means lots of contraptions we've been creating recently are no longer functional, which is a little bit of a shame. But the whole time we were doing this was clearly a bug. This was never supposed to be in the game. So let's stand in front of a piston, press a button, and you can see no translocation occurs. I'm even going to hold down forward here, and we won't go through the piston. And that is the correct behavior, the way it's been for a long time. And unfortunately, this bug came into the game, and it took them a long time to fix it. And since then, of course, we have grown a little bit too fond of it, to be fair. So we don't get sucked upwards through the piston either. We won't get sucked downwards. So this has been fixed. Now, what I want to say is Grum said something that made me really understand it from their perspective, what bugs are like to do with. This is what's called an emergent bug, which is where all of a sudden something behaves out of their control. Now this game has thousands upon thousands of lines of code. Lots of it is getting changed all the time as they fix bugs and add new features, and then all of a sudden there's this translocation thing with the piston, and it becomes very difficult to track it down and figure out where that problem is being caused. And the other thing to consider is that this is now out of their control. It's not like they can say, well, you know, this sucking thing through shouldn't happen like this, or it should be slightly different. It's in the game, and they have to, you know, figure out where it is and then fix it. And unfortunately, it's taken them a long time, and we've grown fond of it. So I'm asking all of you not to overreact, to thank them even for finally fixing it, because it must have been a really difficult one, as it's been in the game for a while. Anyway, I've rambled about that enough. Let's jump into this and see what else has changed in the snapshot. So I've downgraded to the previous snapshot, and here I can demonstrate what has been fixed. This crazy bug that makes a lot of noise. Basically, those repeaters are continuously updating those arrows. Let's check it out in the latest snapshot. And now we have no sound. And I've also fired a bunch of these arrows and let this thing run, and they will despawn. So this event right here isn't updating the arrows, meaning that they will despawn after 30 seconds. We can now safely rename our brewing stands. If you had renamed one of these, placed it down, you wouldn't then be able to pick it back up. And this is due to changes with containers and things that are holding items being able to be renamed and then picked up and keep their name. And one of those bugs was to do with a shulker box and dispenser. So the same thing would happen. You would lose the name of the shulker box. As you can see, it's now kept when dispensed by a dispenser. You will no longer be able to eat cake in survival mode, which I thought was a little bit of a strange one. I also don't remember being able to do that, so luckily we've got the set block command to place down some cake if you need it, because this is actually useful with redstone. As you can see, each different layer of cake gives out a different redstone signal when used with a comparator. So subtitles were missing for the shulker box. So now you can hear shulker opens, shulker closes, and the llama as well. The llama bleats, apparently. What about when we punch it? Llama hurts. So yes, there are subtitles for these two things. It says in the bug tracker that these guys will display custom heads and hold custom items when given. I've just summoned them in with some boots, a sword, and a creeper head, and they don't display, so perhaps that one isn't actually fixed. Ah, but when he attacks, he does actually have that diamond sword, and wow, he hits for a lot of damage. Let's block. Aha, do you see my shield? Bottom left, it has been disabled. This is true of the Vindicator and all other mobs as well. Now, if they are holding an axe, they will be able to disable your shield just like in regular PvP. I believe some tweaks and changes have been made here to health and attack damage as well, although I wasn't sure what the values were before, so I may be incorrect, but the Vex has 7 hearts of health, and these two guys now have 12 hearts of health. When it comes to attack damage, the Vex and the Vindicator both have an attack damage of 2, that's in their attributes, and the Evoker now has attack damage of 5. So this chap's holding a spectral arrow in his offhand. I really like this feature. If a skeleton has like a spectral arrow or a potion effect arrow on its offhand, it's going to shoot with that. And you can see that the spectral effect is now passed on to me. It's just a bug that it couldn't do that before. The spectral effect wouldn't be applied. So that one's been fixed. And those were the changes that I thought were worth talking about, which means it's it for this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. And quickly, I want to mention that YouTube have been making some changes lately to the way that videos are sent to all of you. So if you look for the subscribe button below the video, there should be a bell next to it. If you don't see it on this video, go to my channel page, and if you click on the bell, you can get proper notifications for when I upload videos. There's also going to be another one later today with a redstone contraption for you. But anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.